What's up, everybody? It is the 24th of October and our trapping season kicks off tomorrow. Lord willing, I'll be out there and I'll get a few sets in tomorrow and slowly build up my line. I'm just hanging out here for a few minutes. My brother's on his way, just hanging out in my man cave. Got my fire going in the wood burner, keeping the house toasty. It actually feels like trapping season outside. It was probably in the 30s this morning, cloudy and just nice and cool, just the way you want it to be. Sometimes it's warm as could be on trapping season in the beginning, but it actually feels like trapping season. My bow, it's on hiatus here for a little while till I get some traps out. I'll be back out with that girl. I guess I'll call it a girl. Somebody actually asked me what bow I shot. I got this bow actually on eBay for pretty cheap. It's a Bowtech Core SR. It's one of the speed bows, but I knew that after my shoulder surgery, I was cranking my poundage way down, and I got this thing set at about 40, maybe slightly over 40 pounds, and it's been doing pretty well, really. I know a girl owned it for sure because it got flaming pink strings on it. I call it the Pink Assassin. But I watched some videos and stuff on YouTube and stuff. I learned how to tie my own peeps and my own D-loops and got it tuned up nice. These are really highly tunable bows. I mean, they're great. They're pretty simple to work on, really. Being able to shift your cam left and right. But that's not what this video is about. I got a couple deer in the freezer and I'm getting on to some trapping stuff. I think I already mentioned my brother's on his way. He's gonna be boiling or dyeing and waxing some traps. I got a blazing fire going over here. Toby, where'd you poop this morning? He's like, right where you want to step, man. Got the dye pot cooking up here. That baby's about ready to start boiling, I think. I can hear it simmering. I'll add a little water there if we need to. What else I got going on? I was out this morning tuning up some traps, just giving them a final tuning. I need to get some grease on these hinges. There's my $40 garage door opener. It works pretty good though. The buck I shot with my Pink Assassin. I went out the next day and found my arrow. It was almost a complete pass through the front shoulder with that 40-pound bow. But it was probably about 5 to 10 yards down the trail where he was running out. So I still had a few drags here. I was out putting out some more drags and pounding some stakes still. Gonna get this thing loaded up. Oh, I worked on this. I did the valve adjustment and it helped a little bit. There comes my brother right now. It helped some, but not completely. I'm gonna change the fuel injector in that thing too. And in here, this is pretty warm in here. Pretty much I'm just taking the traps that I dyed and waxed. These are some of the Dukes that they didn't take a ton of dye, don't really care. And just making sure they still fire nicely. A lot of times you might tune them up, and once you dye and wax them, things can change. The wax can make things slipperier and stuff. Basically scrape and wax away from any of the dogless ones or the dogs and everything. Making sure they fire crisp so I don't have to do any of that stuff out in the line. So getting them ready. And get my buckets ready. And gonna get this wax pot out here ready to go. Turn it back on when we get some stuff cooking. All right, hopefully I got enough stuff ready. I do got my DPs ready. I don't have a ton of DPs, but I got those ready to go. I know there's some, one guy at least, or 2 farmers anyways, they got issues with raccoons. I'm gonna try to get rid of them for them. I don't know, I probably won't set any DPs tomorrow, but in the next couple weeks I probably more than likely will. Shut up my shed here. My brother made it over. He got a pretty good pile of traps ready for himself here. A couple of the bundles right there, they were already good from last year. Didn't dye and wax them, well, we dyed and waxed. Pretty good pile here. Some of these are brand new 550s. They didn't take a ton of dye. Well, they took some dye here for sure. They didn't do too bad. Got a nice thin coat of wax, sprinkled rain. You can see it beading up on here already. But they turned out pretty good. So he's all dyed and waxed up, but he's got to get a buck on the ground. Hopefully he's out in his tree stand right now. And hopefully he gets a deer down. There's a honeybee out today. It's chilly and rainy. What are you doing out there, girl? Huh? Who knows? Well, I've got my trapping rig all loaded up. Got a couple buckets of traps. I got some number 2s. I'm gonna set these Dukes out first, see how they do. I'm gonna put those out. I got the Duke number 2s. I got some smaller 1.5s, some 1 3/4 to put at some locations where I got a higher likelihood of catching a domestic. I got some more stakes and drags and peat moss and set making equipment. My wife doesn't know it, but she lost one of her containers for my peat moss. And up here, I keep my baits and lures here and just zip tied a milk crate on here. It's gonna hold my baits and lures pretty good. So the next time you see me, we're gonna be out in the line setting some traps tomorrow morning, I hope. For me, it'll be a few hours. For you, it's gonna be lickety split. See you then. All right, dirt hole's done here. The trap's bedded right out in front of it. A lot of this stuff will dry up and it'll blend right in. I got some grass clippings and stuff on there. And I got some one of Wilson's Wildlife Solution baits down the hole with some Violator 7. Over here, I bent those pine limbs down, but I pulled up a couple of these grass tufts and blocked that area off. And tried to make this I mean, there's pretty much an open highway here now. I stomped it down some, and I mean, I might have left more scent here than I want to, but I actually put a tall tuft of grass here and here. There's no dirt hole, and more, I did put some lures here. I put some coyote gland, night out coyote gland here, and some ring burner on that other bush. I planted both of those bushes there. There's tufts of grass all over here, just yanked them out. So hopefully they'll either just walk down through there like a trail set or go to investigate those scents, and maybe in a couple days I'll have a catch. Who knows? But oh yeah, I don't know if I mentioned I got an orange on today. Today is a youth and senior rifle hunt, so I got to have some type of orange on. Probably not for legality purposes, but just for safety reasons, because people out here with rifles sometimes be shooting at anything that moves. So I am going to wrap this video up for now. Hopefully in a few days I'll have another video coming out with a couple catches, and we'll see what happens from there. Hope you all have a blessed day. Thanks for watching, and stay safe, everybody.